So it is like 8:15 on Friday. But I wanted to get this video done because next week's Thanksgiving. I know you're busy. I did think about the timeline for the homework. You know, we usually do homework Wednesday, quizzes Friday. You've got Thanksgiving weekend. That kind of sucks to have that over Thanksgiving. The benefit, though, of keeping on a regular schedule is that we'll do chapter 11. The next chapter we'll just have 2 sections from chapter 12, 1 from 13. So it's chapter 12 and 13, but it's 3 sections. And then we have a week and to just prep for the final, prep for the 4th unit exam and the final exam. And then the following week is final exam week. And then we're done. So the benefit of that is we get that extra week to do some real studying. So kind of messing around with lighting today. I think this one is a little too bright. Too many shadows. Maybe that's a little bit better. I feel like this is low too. So I want to give a little introduction into chapter 11. The difference here in chapter 11 is we're still going to be doing hypothesis testing, some confidence intervals, but instead of just looking at one population, or in the case of a hypothesis test, comparing one population to some known value, the mean or the proportion or the standard deviation, what we're going to be doing now is be comparing 2 different populations. So, for example, say we have this group of people and this group of people, and we're wondering, do they have the same proportion that are red? So this group, this proportion red is 16 out of 34. This group, the proportion that's red is 13 out of 34. So we have like 47% versus 38%. Clearly those are different. But is it different enough? And the only way to know if it's different enough is to do a hypothesis test. Well, actually not the only way. One way to do that is to do a hypothesis test. We could do confidence intervals about each one. But what we're going to learn in chapter 11 is some new statistics, and StatCrunch is going to do it all for us. For the proportion, there's actually a crazy Z statistic where you have the difference in the proportions over the square root of, and then it's this funky standard deviation calculation. It involves a p-hat, which is actually a pooled p-hat. Usually we assume the p's are equal, so we assume the 2 proportions are equal, and so we calculate the standard deviation based on that, based on assuming that they are equal. So anyway, StatCrunch is going to do all that for us. We just have to interpret the p-value and go from there. And so that is what chapter 11 is about. It's about comparing 2 different populations, and we'll compare proportions, means, standard deviations, and variances. And that's about it. There's more to it, but that's the big idea. Once you get into the sections, you'll see what I mean. So that is this week, and then one more week of new content. And then we're studying for the final, and then we're in the home stretch. And hopefully you can knock it out early and be done, and not wait till the last minute for that test. Yeah, I think that extra lighting helped.